Wait, hold up. Are you tired of watching videos and reading articles about how you need to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, take an ice cold shower while meditating, eat 12 eggs, run 20 miles, and read 5 books, all before you start your workday in order to be successful? Well, no more. In this video, I will go over 3 easy, simple habits to help you become a happier person. Let's get started. The first habit I want to talk about is exercise, whether it be push-ups, pull-ups, or jumping rope. I've been blessed to be one of those type of people who likes to be active, so finding time to exercise is pretty easy for me, and isn't something that I usually willingly put off for months on end. But for those who don't like to exercise, let me modify the definition for you. Find some time throughout the week to go outside and take a walk for 10 to 15 minutes. If you live near a supermarket, maybe take a walk there instead of driving, but if that is still too much to ask, try doing a stretching routine. Over the past few months, I've learned the importance of stretching when I finally decided to get a recent knee injury that I've had for a while checked out. I used to stretch a bit before I started to work out, but I never stretched afterwards. And as a result, my muscles became very tight and became one of the main factors that I got injured in the first place. But back to the topic, I found out that going through a stretching routine actually makes you sweat quite a bit if you stretch hard enough and long enough. So if you don't like exercising and walking is still too much for you, try out a stretching routine. If you do it in the right places with the right amount of intensity, you'll definitely build up a sweat. But now onto why it's going to make you a happier person. I think exercise, or really just sweating in general, helps you temporarily forget about the things you're stressing about, especially if you're enjoying it. And it also brings down the level of anxiety that you might have. It's also been shown that you think more clearly after a workout session, so it may help you tackle some of the problems that you're experiencing throughout the day from a different angle. And really the goal is to not overexert yourself to the point where you don't want to come back and do it again. If you push yourself too far, it's probably going to have the opposite effect. Throughout these past few months of being cooped at home, I found it very beneficial to have an outlet to pour out my thoughts and experiences, whether it be taking the time to journal or talking to someone about what you're going through. Having to social distance and not being able to socially interact with other people took some time to get used to, and it was even harder with the additional stress that came from the events that were happening because of the pandemic. Just this outlet alone has helped me get the thoughts and feelings that I have about my day out of my head, encompassing both the things I was grateful for and also the things that I wasn't so grateful for. For me, taking the time to look back at what I did gave me clarity on what I could have done differently, and it also at times gave me a dopamine rush from the realization from what I had actually accomplished throughout the day. And I found it to be relieving as it has helped me leave behind the problems I had the day before so I can tackle new ones. Taking the time to recap the experiences that you have throughout your day help you see those events from a different perspective. Looking back at it later when you aren't so caught up in the moment, you see things differently and you may think of different ways to tackle the problem that you may have. This last habit is more of a mindset. It may seem a bit counterintuitive, but it is to tackle your stress head on. So many of us, including myself, come across a stressful situation and the first instinct is to run away from it or put it off till later. But from my personal experience and what I found, the more you put off the issue, 1, it's not going to go away, and 2, you've really just made yourself stressed about the same issue for a longer period of time. And I get why people put it off. I used to and still do it all the time. I would put off studying for my final exam to go hang out with my friends first. And yeah, I would have a great time, but after it was over, I would have to come home, pull an all-nighter, and be sleep deprived for my exam the next day. But if I had put off hanging out with my friends till later and studied for my exam first, yes, I would temporarily miss out on all the fun that they had, but I would probably have done better on my exam compared to the first scenario. And I wouldn't have to have this task that I didn't finish in the back of my mind while I was hanging out with my friends. Because knowing that you have a task to finish after all the fun still somewhat decreases the enjoyment of the experience. So the trick to this, and to becoming a happier person, is to face whatever stressor that you have head on, as soon as possible. And this might mean putting yourself in discomfort or putting in the extra work, but the sooner you face that stressor and conquer it, the faster it'll be over and the more you will grow. And as a result, the happier you'll be. But those were the 3 simple habits that I think you can implement into your own life to be a happier person. If you learned anything new or enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. But like always, if you made it to the end, you clearly didn't find me too boring, so go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. But that's been it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.